The Krithak's warship descended through Earth's atmosphere like a bleeding wound in the sky. Its hull, constructed from the bones of a dozen conquered species, groaned against the friction of entry. Inside the command chamber, Supreme Warlord Jathak flexed his 6 arms in anticipation, his chitinous armor catching the red emergency lights that bathed the bridge. "The humans will kneel," he growled to his assembled officers. "They always kneel, for 300 cycles." The Krithak's Imperium had swept across the galaxy like a plague. They had broken the crystalline minds of the Velshara. They had extinguished the eternal flames of the Pyros Collective. They had even managed to crack the seemingly impenetrable defensive network of the cybernetic Nexus Communion. 47 civilizations had fallen before their advance, each adding another layer of bone to their ships, another trophy to their halls. Earth would be number 48. Jathak watched through the viewport as their invasion fleet 300 warships strong settled into position above the planet's major population centers. The humans had primitive defensive satellites, laughable particle weapons, and what appeared to be chemical propulsion missiles. Their largest cities were unshielded, their military installations scattered and uncoordinated. It would be a massacre, a quick one. "Broadcast the standard declaration," Jathak commanded. In a small research facility outside what humans called Geneva, Asa checked the readings on her terminal for the 3rd time. Her hands weren't shaking. She had trained herself past that particular weakness years ago. But her jaw was clenched tight enough to make her teeth ache. "They're really here," Henry said from across the lab. He was younger than her by 5 years, still possessed of the kind of optimism that made him smile even now, even with alien warships literally darkening their sky. "After all this time, they actually came." "Of course they came," Asa replied, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "We made enough noise, sent enough signals, made ourselves look vulnerable enough." She pulled up a tactical display showing the Krithak's fleet positions. Hook, line, and sinker. The broadcast came through on every screen, every device, every communication system on the planet simultaneously. Jathak's towering form filled the displays, his 4 eyes gleaming with predatory satisfaction. "Humans," his voice boomed, translated through technology stripped from dead civilizations. "I am Supreme Warlord Jathak of the Krithak's Imperium. Your world is now ours. Your weapons are inferior. Your defenses are meaningless. Bow before me, and your deaths will be swift. Resist, and we will make sure your suffering echoes across generations." Asa muted the broadcast. Same speech they gave the Velshara, word for word, according to the records we recovered. "Unimaginative," Henry observed, pulling up his own set of screens. "Ready when you are, Director." "Not yet." Asa watched the tactical display as the Krithak's fleet settled into their positions. They were arranging themselves in the classic predator formation, a pattern designed to maximize terror, to make the prey feel surrounded, hopeless, small. Let them get comfortable. Let them think they've already won. Jathak waited for the responses. They always responded, sometimes with desperate pleas for mercy, sometimes with defiant final transmissions, sometimes with immediate surrender. He had seen every variation of defeat in his long career. What he received instead was silence. Then, after precisely 17 minutes, a single transmission source activated. A facility in a region the humans called Switzerland. The visual feed showed to humans a female and a male, both young by their species standards, both dressed in white laboratory coats. The female spoke first. Her voice was calm, almost pleasant. "Hello, Warlord Jathak. My name is Dr. Asa Chen, Director of the Terran Advanced Defensive Initiative. This is my colleague, Dr. Henry Morrison." Henry waved. He was smiling. Jathak felt the first tickle of unease in his secondary nervous system. "You should be begging for your lives, should we?" Asa tilted her head. "That seems inefficient. We have a counteroffer instead." "Counteroffer?" Jathak's mandibles clicked in what passed for Krithak's laughter. "You have no position from which to negotiate, human." "Actually," Henry interjected, still smiling that unsettling smile, "we have the best possible position. You see, Warlord, we've been studying you. 4 years. Ever since we first detected your empire's expansion. We've analyzed every battle, every conquest, every tactic you've employed." Asa continued. We recovered black box data from the Velshara's last transmission. We found the wreckage of a Pyro's collective arc ship in deep space. We even made contact with the remnants of the Nexus Communion. Did you know some of them survived? They were very helpful. The unease in Jathak's secondary nervous system spread to his primary. Your point, human? Our point, Asa said, and now she was smiling too, the same unsettling expression as Henry, is that we know what you are. Apex predators. You've evolved on a death world, clawed your way to the top of your food chain, and then carried that philosophy to the stars. You're very good at it. The best, Jathak corrected. We're the best, Henry said gently. Past tense. Because here's what you didn't account for. Earth is a death world too. But unlike your species, we didn't just survive our planet, we domesticated it. We turned wolves into dogs. We made crops from wild grasses. We took a world that wanted us dead and bent it to our will through sheer, bloody-minded persistence. Asa pulled up a display. You're wondering why we haven't fired our weapons. Why our cities haven't evacuated. Why we seem so calm. Ignorance, Jathak suggested, but his confidence was faltering. Shock, preparation, Asa corrected. You're in position now. Exactly where we needed you to be. Henry tapped his interface, activating the grid. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Jathak's tactical officer screamed a sound he'd never heard from a Krithax warrior before. The display showed their ships, all 300 of them, suddenly illumined in dancing arcs of blue-white energy. What is this? Jathak demanded. The planet's electromagnetic field, Asa explained pleasantly, artificially amplified and weaponized. We've been building the generator network for 20 years. Ever since we detected your empire's trajectory, buried generators at every tectonic plate junction, synchronized through quantum entanglement, powered by the Earth's own core. It took considerable resources, but we're very good at long-term planning. Henry's smile widened. The energy output is approximately equivalent to a solar flare, but focused, concentrated. Your shields were designed to handle kinetic weapons, plasma bursts, even exotic radiation. But this is something older, more primal. The lights in Jathak's command chamber began to flicker. Alarms blared across every deck. His tactical officer was shrieking about cascading system failures, about hulls beginning to superheat, about power cores going critical. You cannot, Jathak began. We can, Asa interrupted, and we will, but we're not unreasonable. Here's our counteroffer. Leave. Now. Jump to hyperspace while your drives still function. Flee our system and never return. Spread the word to any other species that might consider Earth easy prey. And if we refuse, Jathak's voice had lost its commanding boom, reduced to something closer to desperation. Henry leaned forward, his smile never wavering. Then we demonstrate what happens when you threaten a species that spent millions of years learning to kill things bigger and stronger than themselves. We're persistence hunters, warlord. We chase our prey until it drops from exhaustion. We track wounded animals for days until they collapse. We don't give up, and we don't forget. Asa's smile had an edge now, sharp as broken glass. Bow before us, warlord Jathak. Bow before the humans who turned their own planet into a weapon. Bow or burn. The electromagnetic field intensified. Through the viewport, Jathak could see ships in his fleet beginning to come apart, their hulls peeling away in superheated strips, the bones of 47 civilizations, all turning to ash. He gave the order to retreat. The Krithax fleet jumped to hyperspace in a panicked scramble, leaving behind 17 ships that had waited too long, their cores exploding in brilliant flowers of plasma and regret. In the Geneva facility, Henry powered down the grid. That went well, Asa nodded, already composing the message that would go out to every corner of the galaxy, through every long-range transmitter they possessed. A simple message, in every language they had on file. Earth has claimed. Approach with friendship or not at all. We are humanity. We were prey once. Never again. She looked at Henry, and both of them wore that same unsettling smile, the smile of a species that had climbed from the bottom of the food chain to the top and had no intention of ever going back. The smile that meant extinction for anyone foolish enough to challenge them. The smile of humanity.